I think we hugged each other in the middle of the restaurant as if we actually did something. He said, one thing, I have no money. So let me go raise around, and that's going to give us the money to actually do this. So eventually I just got fed up with what I was doing, and I called Ty and I said, hey man, let's go get lunch. And we went to Cafe Landwehr and sat down in financial district of downtown Toronto. And I said, all right, man, tell me everything. Give me everything. Paint me stupid. Tell me where we are, where you are now, where you want to, what is the grant? How do you want to take over the world? And he starts laying out this story, right, about how he was working in investment banking, how he always knew he wanted to get back into restaurants, how he also thought he wanted to be in finance, but always kind of dream of those moments for him working at, well, his family's restaurants, scrubbing dishes. To me, I'm like, this sounds really similar to my story. And then he starts getting deeper into the fact that he knows that restaurants need support financially. He knows from his parents' experience what it meant to build a business and grow that business, and what support from technology was supposed to be and what they were told it would be, in the fact that it almost never was. And he said, well, if we can build a product, a platform, a company that actually delivers, that actually helps, that actually grows the business, supports the business, and gives the tools that people are really asking for. This is the second largest employer in the United States, and nothing is doing anything to support it the way that he wanted to. And to me, that was a story that made me say, all right, whatever I'm doing, I'm done with. I remember sitting down and saying to him, I'm going to come work for you. We're going to build this business. And by the time we're done, we're going to make sure that everything we just talked about is actually achieved. He said, all right, great. I'm down. Let's do this. I think we hugged each other in the middle of the restaurant as if we actually did something. He said, one thing, I have no money. So let me go raise around, and that's going to give us the money to actually do this. So can you wait about 6 weeks? I was like, yeah, sure. I had no idea what it meant to go raise money. He made it seem like it was simple. And so I just kind of ignorantly trusted him. I ended up going surfing and traveling the coast of Nicaragua and going up and down and backpacking and texting Ty over WhatsApp saying, all right, where are we at? Do I have a job when I get home? And I get home, and miraculously he pulled it together. And I started a week later. In fact, the first day that I worked at Tab was at the Canadian Restaurant Association show. And I remember just standing in this booth, and all of a sudden I'm talking to operators again. I remember I'm talking to people who at one point were the GMs, the bar managers, the bar backs who have now become managers, the people around me that I remember so deeply resonating with that it just felt natural again. The funny thing, though, was they didn't feel that way about me. They thought I was just some tech guy who knew nothing about them. And all of a sudden, I realized how difficult it was going to be to actually build this business, and how difficult it was going to be, but how fulfilling at the same time being back in an industry that I love so much and that I will never forget being a part of.